In this video, I want to talk about why, if you're starting to work with your camera, being a hybrid shooter is probably the best thing you can do. So I've been a hybrid shooter for years. I've shot for a ton of different clients, weddings, restaurants, events, gyms, sports, I don't know, a ton of stuff. And being a hybrid shooter has set me apart from other photographers or videographers because being a hybrid shooter, I can offer everything just by myself. A lot of clients don't want a ton of people walking around their business or being present at their wedding or event, and actually want just one person to cover it and to deliver everything. So you can actually be that person and do everything for your clients, which gives them more value, and you can also charge more than if you were doing just photo or just video. Especially nowadays with mirrorless cameras getting better and better video performance, you really don't need to worry about gear because even the cheapest cameras have quite decent video and you can get a lot done with just a basic setup. I do have lights, I do own a gimbal and a lot of other gear, but usually on most shoots I just bring my cameras and my lenses. You can also have just one camera and one lens, it's enough, but I like to have backups at this point in my career. Anyways, the gear nowadays is not a problem. So the second thing you need is you need to actually learn to shoot video and to edit. Shooting photos is much easier to learn, but when it comes to shooting video, both filming and editing gets a little bit trickier. So you need to learn that and get proficient with it. And the best way to do that is to just shoot as much as possible. Also, being able to do both might get you hired from other people in the industry needing either a second shooter or a counterpart to what they shoot. So maybe someone doing photography will hire you as their video person, or someone doing video will hire you as their photography, or they'll even hire you as their second shooter doing the exact same thing that they do. So as an example, 2 weeks ago I went out and second shot a wedding as a photographer, and the next month I'm shooting a luxury wedding as a second videographer. So having both skills gave me the option to get both jobs. I already touched gear a little bit, but I just want to focus on a few other things that I already mentioned in different videos, but you probably haven't seen them. So when it comes to video, when you're learning, everyone says you need to use an ND filter to get the proper shutter speed and correct exposures, but in my opinion, you can skip that and just shoot video the same as you do photos. So crank that shutter speed and just go with it, because a lot of the video you're gonna shoot when you're shooting hybrid will be for social media, where motion blur is not that important. Social media is not a movie. It doesn't need to be shot perfectly. In the past, I shot a ton of stuff at really high shutter speeds, and my clients were always happy with what they got. So that's really not something you need to worry about. So I would say ditch the ND filter if you're shooting both. If you're doing just video, then do it properly and get an ND filter. But when you're doing hybrid work, if it's not something that's going to be shown on TV, if it's not going to be displayed on big screens and stuff like that, you don't really need to care about the perfect settings for video. You just need to expose it well, you need to shoot it well, and your clients will be happy. The second thing is I would probably avoid using a gimbal. At least I do in my work when I'm hybrid shooting, just because a gimbal slows you down quite a bit. You can't really adapt your settings fast. You can't shoot photos, so it's just a mess. I do own a gimbal and I use it maybe once a month at best, and in my opinion, is really not needed. Especially now that we get great IBIS in most cameras, you can really get away with hand holding a lot of your shots. For your camera, ideally you have something that can shoot 10-bit video. If not, 8-bit is still really usable and really good. Ideally you have something with IBIS, and ideally you have something that can do 60 frames per second, because being able to shoot slow motion can really save you sometimes. So basically everything that I shoot for social media is shot at 60 frames per second, and that gives me the opportunity to slow it down in post, and that's just some added flexibility that I really like to have when I'm doing Instagram Reels and social media content. I'm gonna close the video here. If you have any questions, anything to add, just drop it down in the comments, and if you want more content, subscribe to the channel. Also, check out these two videos that are on the same topic and show you some behind the scenes of me working. See you in the next one.